I still remember the smell, that thick rotting stench that filled the air like something dead was always lingering near us. We called him King Kato, but no one dared to speak his name above a whisper. Even now, I get chills saying it. I was a young man when I first came to his palace. My family had fallen on hard times, and we thought working for the king would bring us honor, maybe even wealth, but nothing could prepare me for what I found there. The king had rules, strange ones. We weren't allowed to speak directly to him unless he called on us. We weren't allowed to look him in the eyes. But the worst was what we called the night visits. Every so often King Kato would call on a servant in the dead of night. They'd be summoned to his chamber, and no one ever saw them again. Not even their shadows dared to linger. One night I was the one chosen. My heart raced when the guards came for me. I could feel their eyes heavy with pity and fear. They knew I wouldn't return. As I was led down the dim, narrow hall, I saw bones scattered along the floor. Not animal bones. Bones. I stopped breathing for a moment, horrified by what lay before me, but the guards pushed me onward silently. Inside his chamber, the king sat in his massive chair, surrounded by the flicker of dim candlelight. His eyes were dark, hollow, like he was empty inside, and on his face was a smile that didn't belong. It was stretched and twisted, like he had forgotten how to be human. He told me I was special, that I would serve him well. I couldn't speak, couldn't even move as he stared at me. And then he raised his hand and whispered something ancient, something dark. Suddenly my legs felt weak, my head spun, and I collapsed to the floor. The last thing I remember was his laughter. It was cruel and empty, echoing in my ears long after the darkness swallowed me. I don't know how long I was in that dark place. But somehow, I woke up on the palace steps at dawn, my body cold and bruised, my mind foggy. I tried to tell people what happened, but they just shook their heads and told me to keep quiet. To this day, I don't know why he spared me. I was the only one who came back from a night visit. Some say I'm cursed, others think I was chosen, but I can still smell that rotting stench, and I know, deep down, that I was just another piece in the king's twisted game, and I pray no one else ever has to see what I did.